Do you ever wonder why everyone else seems to be living in a parallel universe where the cost of living crisis doesn't even exist? They're busy buying things that you can't imagine affording. Weekend trips to New York, new clothes, kitchen refurbs, extensions, nicer cars, just casually dropping cash on brand new things like it's nothing at all. Trust me when I say this, you are not alone. I totally get this too. We're going to talk about why it seems everyone else is richer than you, and we're going to do a reality check that I hope makes you feel better. The first reason why it seems that everyone else is ahead of you financially is something called visibility bias. You see the spending, but not the sacrifices. You see their holidays, you see their whole house renovation, you see their regular £100 Zara shopping hauls. But what you're never shown is their Klarna payments, their debt, their overdraft, their actual net worth. The money that you spend does in no way reflect your actual net worth. It doesn't mean you're doing well financially. You're comparing your private panic to their very public purchases, which is a little bit like comparing your early morning face to someone else's filtered selfie. You can't beat the filter. I think you look great, by the way. There's a concept called social comparison theory. According to this, we figure out how we're doing by looking at other people, and it's totally normal to do this. But it becomes a problem when the version that we're comparing ourselves to is filtered, curated, and missing 90% of the context. You're comparing your reality, your stretched budget, the mental maths at Aldi, to their highlights. And it's not a fair fight, especially when you don't know if they're actually doing well or just performing like they're doing well. There's another psychological bias called availability bias. This is where we tend to judge how common something is based on how easily we can recall it. So if you're seeing people post about dining out all of the time, buying brand new things all of the time, and showing off the latest gadgets, it starts to feel like everyone has more money than you. And that's because that's what your brain is being fed. The Instagram algorithm doesn't show you someone quietly checking their banking app or making a new Monzo pot for boiler repairs. So when you start to feel like everyone has more money than you, take a step back. You're seeing their spending, not their savings, not their stress, not their spreadsheet, and definitely not their actual bank balance. The next reason everyone seems richer than you is that lifestyle creep is real. And it's sneaky. Most people aren't suddenly rich. Any day now, please. They're just spending more because they're earning more, or think that they should be. When you get a pay rise, it's very natural for your spending habits to change to reflect that. You might start going out more, you'll probably buy a bigger house, you'll probably buy a nicer car, you'll probably start going on more expensive holidays. You hit 35 and suddenly you need nicer towels. It's called lifestyle creep and it's silent but lethal for your budget. For me personally, it's shopping at M&S Food. Now, it's not something that I do every week, but I just love it. It's my treat every fortnight or so at the moment to get like a Friday night meal from there, but it used to be something that I only did every other month, very, very rarely. It's definitely become more frequent in the last couple of years. I just love it. That's my current lifestyle creep battle. With lifestyle creep, if you're not careful, your spending keeps pace with your income and you're never able to save more towards your goals. Now, obviously, this maybe isn't too much of a problem if you're not spending beyond your means, you're not getting into debt, but also your increasing salary isn't being used to fund all of the things that future you needs. Money to help support your kids in their early adult years, which are very expensive and typically come with very low salaries. Money for your retirement, money for a rainy day, and even money for financial freedom. The more wealth that you have, the more freedom you have to choose to work less or to change careers altogether. So it's worth bearing in mind whenever you see someone start to spend more on their lifestyle choices, that it's quite a natural thing as people start to get older, start to earn more and build equity in their homes. But again, it's not necessarily a reflection of their overall wealth. If they're spending as much as they earn, they're in exactly the same position as they were when they were earning a lower salary. And the next one is that people spend to feel better. Nobody is buying 4 Stanley Cups because they're really thirsty. Oftentimes people fall into a trap where they spend in order to join in with a trend or to feel something, to escape, or because we're convinced that this one £30 beauty serum will be the one that smashes all of the others out of the park and we'll never have to buy another one again. Until the next time we come across another must-have beauty serum, and then it all starts all over again. It's not logical, it's emotional. And if you're in a tough spot financially and mentally, that urge to spend more just gets louder and louder. There's also status signaling where people buy things, not because they need them, but because of what they represent. That gym set isn't just gym wear, it's saying, I've got my life together. That designer handbag is shouting winning at life. People are way more aware of that doing it for the gram mentality. People even joke about it, but despite that, they still do it. Now, for some people who will be popping up in your social media feed all the time, I'm talking about influencers, This is their job. We have to remember that anyone with an LTK shop linked in their bio is someone who shops for a living, and they depend on you to copy their shopping habit in order for them to make money. So we're not just seeing what people are buying, we're seeing what people want us to think their life looks like. Or we're just seeing them doing their job, which is absolutely fine, but we need to be really aware of that. Because as I said earlier, so much of what's visible to us is just someone's highlights. You have no idea the true motivations behind someone's spending. For that reason, it's really important to be clear on what your priorities are and fixate on them. What do you want out of life? What is important to you? Because it's really, really unlikely to be the same as other people. And when we're talking about big picture stuff, it's really unlikely to be a regular £100 haul at Zara. One person's priorities may be always being in the on-trend clothes or having a perfectly redecorated home to reflect the new trends. But your priorities may be enjoying memorable experiences with your family, or increasing your mortgage payments so that you can remove that pressure faster, or maybe just creating a safety net so that you don't live with that panic when an unexpected expense sends you off course. All of that is just as okay. It doesn't make for a really pretty Instagram post or a viral TikTok, but it does make a happier real world for you. And the final reason why some people may seem richer than you is that they are. Yes, some people do earn more, or they may have bought a house in 2010 with help from an inheritance. Some have partners with very high incomes, some don't have any children, or student loans, or chronic health problems, or insert life circumstance here. Money isn't distributed fairly, and we're not all starting from the same place. So if you're spending energy trying to catch up with someone who is never in the same race, you're going to burn out and maybe even go broke. Now look, I know for a fact there are people in my life earning way more than me, and it is reflected in the things that they're able to do over the course of an average year compared to the things that I'm able to do. And every now and then, am I envious? Yeah, I definitely am. But then I remind myself that even among the Warren Buffetts of this world, there are always going to be people who are richer than you. It's very natural to compare upwards. But if we keep doing that too much, we'll never be content with what we have. And we miss out on the great things that are right in front of us. The reality is that around the world, there are plenty of people who are going to be comparing upwards to you. Let's just do a quick reality check, because when you look at the data, you'll realize that you're really not that behind at all. You may just be surrounded by a lot of people who are also stressed, but pretending they're doing really well. Social media and people's spending may lead you to believe that a 100k salary is nothing at all. Being a millionaire by 30 is easy and common, and £1 million isn't really that much. But in reality, the average UK income is £37,430. 1/3 of UK workers live paycheck to paycheck, and the median net worth of an individual in the UK is 125k. If you're under 35, it's only 66k. The average debt of UK households is £65,000, including mortgages, and the average credit card debt is £2,471 per household. According to the Office for National Statistics, over half of adults in Great Britain say they're spending more than they were a year ago, and more than a third are struggling to keep up with bills. Nearly 1 in 4 adults say it's difficult or very difficult to afford rent or mortgage payments. And that's not just low-income households, that's across the board. The charity Step Change reports that almost 8.5 million people in the UK are showing signs of serious financial difficulty. And the most common reasons? Rising living costs, energy bills, and credit card debt. And 11.5 million people have less than £100 in savings. Putting all of that together, if you are managing to prioritise paying your bills, you're staying out of debt, or you're on a clear path to paying it off, and you're managing to save money every single month, you're actually doing pretty well. None of that will make a viral social media post, but it should provide you with some comfort that you're doing better than most people. Behind the scenes, a lot of people are stressed out, behind on payments, and borrowing money just to stay afloat. Stop comparing their highlight reel to your real life. Focus on your numbers, your habits, your goals. That is the only budget that matters. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and found it useful. Please let me know, what is the one thing that you see people spending money on and you're left wondering, how on earth are they affording that? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more from me, as it really, really helps the channel out. Bye, guys.